actually 500,000 women who are on motorcycles today. It's like the fastest growing segment of motorcycling.
When I was Miss Harley Davidson, the men would all ask me, do you ride? And I said, of course I ride. My dad had a friend of his that had a little red motorcycle. He said, would you like to learn how to ride one of those? And I said, could I really? And before I had a chance to change my mind, he pushed me down the hill. And I thought, if I can handle this massive metal at 6 years old, you know, everything in life was bound to be easy.
When she was 27, I put a picture of Marlon Brando, the wild one, in a card, and I said, whatever bike you stick this on, it's yours, for her birthday.
Can you imagine?
And then I had to buy me one because I had to chaperone her because I'd be too worried at home waiting for her. I said, I better be there. It's safer than a fourth marriage. Anything that hot, hard, and responsive, I gotta find out about.
Mom!
She's so cute. She's the conservative one.
When Danny was a little kid, she was pretty much like any other little boy.
I would much rather brake at 180 miles an hour in your corner than have a baby. That just scares me to death.
Angel's my babe. I love this bike. It's sensuous, curving and swerving, and when we ride together, Angel and I make love to the road.
Late at night when the sun goes down, riding across the plains, I'm going past the Badlands.
The biggest, baddest biker rally is held every year in Sturgis, South Dakota. For a photographer, everywhere you look, there's another great shot.
Sturgis. They're coming from Texas and Tennessee.
Sturgis has always been a man's event, but now more women are riding their own bikes to Sturgis. Of all the bikers I met, there are 3 women I'll never forget.
Some of them, they won't return. No, 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 no.
Being a woman motorcyclist, you're somewhat of a pioneer because it is such a male-dominated sport.
All right, we got sign the book here at Sturgis.
I wrote a children's motorcycle book.
Back in 1985, when we started Harley Women magazine, I never had any idea that I would end up, being a freelance writer for a Japanese motorcycle magazine in Sturgis.
This was my 4th time going to Sturgis, and I had to sing the anthem while I was there. By the time I was 15, I had my first singing job, and I literally sang my way through college. When
Good time.
Rest at my place, and then we go right.
Yeah, exactly. Pick up Jamie, Gail, Chris, and myself. Areas. Once we knew that we were all going to travel together, we just kind of all started hanging out together.
To go on this trip, you have to promise me we'll swap bikes. So you can tell me what you think of this.
You got a deal.
Now look at these.
Oh, since I gave up hope, I feel better.
Smile like you're not wearing panties.
I got a Harley for my husband, pretty good trade, don't you think?
Who comes up with these things?
We come up with most of them.
Dan, you guys print them up?
you ever think of getting into the Hallmark business?
I mean, Gail, what can I say about Gail that she hasn't said about herself? No, I'm kidding.
Wait, that's good, Gail. Wait, what? Help, I'm talking and I can't shut up.
Gail was like the one who kind of really made us all laugh.
Let's chip in and buy Gail that.
She was, in a way, the glue that brought us all together.
Wear it?
Of course I will. I'd be honored. We have to get that one.
What's that?
Too funny.
Back in '81, I can remember riding down Main Street, seeing one or two other women, and actually having a certain motorcycle gang, the guy spit on the ground. I was really upset, and I never forgot that feeling.
All right, are we ready to party out there? Are you married? Now, man, check me up a little bit.
Being a woman, you have to be very careful about where you go. It takes a certain type of attitude to be able to survive Sturgis safely. You have to really use your head.
My parents actually freaked out about me going to Sturgis. They didn't know anything about these Hells Angels and outlaws. Big, hairy, tattooed guys. Their women have to ride at the back of the pack. You know, they burn Japanese bikes on bonfires, and there are going to be 500,000 of these bikers at Sturgis, and, you know, their little girl is riding there on a Japanese bike.
Turn around, see who that white guy is? Go with the white shirt? Stop about there. Doing good, babe. We're getting an audience. People starting to like it.
The biker community has definitely changed. People who can afford to buy brand new Harleys and become bikers. Now, being a woman rider, nobody really even notices.
Today, there's a lot of women that ride, and the types of jobs that they hold vary as much as the colors of their motorcycles and the different pieces of chrome.
You know, that's what I love. America finally let women ride bikes.
I was taught to ride by the best riders in the world, Hells Angels, so, you know, I feel pretty lucky about that.
I'm an attorney, and I ran this ad in the paper that said, "Lady lawyer will exchange legal services for Harley." And I looked at the woman in the mirror and said, what I'm going to do is ride through all 50 states, and I'll go by myself, and I'll take my Harley and my sleeping bag and tent. I did the thing that I feared, and the fear was gone, and it completely changed my life.
3 years ago, I decided I wanted to try to learn how to ride a motorcycle. I didn't want to wear a men's jacket and men's clothes, so I designed my own outfit. This is our brand new stuff for this fall. I just finished a design on these thigh-high boots, and they have a belt closure here.
That is so awesome. Look at that.
Can you believe she's like a private investigator? Is this, so what are you doing on blocks to go like,
My
other life?
The biggest Harley engine is an 80-inch motor. The one I'll be riding is a 108-inch motor. I've had a lot of guys who say, you can't ride that, because I'm only 5'4". I just said I don't have to carry it, just have to ride it.
Gina Gale, get right here.
What's your name? Bones? Okay. I won't ask how you got that name. Apparently I look like I'm some sort of party girl, but I mean, I'm not.
Well, I'm harmless, I can assure you.
I'm a Christian. I love the Lord Jesus Christ, and that kind of tends to like turn people off because it's completely opposite of the biker image.
There you go. Okay.
If you like races, you're going to find the best of the cream of the crop at Sturgis.
There's too much testosterone out here.
I was at the first lineup.
You were.
On that first day after the races, we hung around for the opening night ceremonies.
Hey, from the Hog Heaven Campground, our Christmas flag is saluted. Ladies and gentlemen, to sing our national anthem.
When I was very, very young, there were only two things that I would ever dream about: to ride a Harley Davidson or be a rock and roll star. The Harley, for me, has been absolutely my best agent. Every job that I have gotten has been because of the Harley. And the home of the brave. Sturgis is an unbelievable experience. You are only limited by your imagination there.
Louisiana, they're coming for Maine.
If you want to be conservative, you can be conservative. If you want to let your hair hang out, you can do that too.
The ride to Sturgis. Some of them, baby, roll on.
scare you. Well, you know why no one's waving to you right now. They think we're gay.
The stereotype of women in bikes is she's sleazy, she's loose, she's making it with all the biker guys.
You know, it's funny, one guy came to me once at a gas station or something, he says, that motorcycle is really a phallic symbol. And I said, well, what does that make you on your motorcycle? You know, I can't get over all those women. What kind of person do you have to be to lift up your shirt and flash your breast to, you know, hundreds of hairy
It doesn't take a
Harley
brain
guys?
surgeon.
I'll never do that again, I swear. I promise.
Never again, Gal.
It's a cheap way to get attention.
I was talking to a lady that was dressed in one of these revealing outfits, and she told me that no matter how unattractive a woman might be, that when she walks in a room, she wants to feel that all eyes are on her. And this gives her a chance to do that in a place that's far from home where her friends and neighbors won't see her.
I teach school, so we're going to retire probably a little bit earlier than we had anticipated, just so we could ride all over the country on our Harleys.
God bless the USA. That's the way I feel about the whole thing, okay?
You know why I feel bad? I feel bad because it makes us all look bad. Those are the women that get all the attention, so people look at that and they think that every woman that rides a Harley or any kind of motorcycle is
But you know what? That's the stereotype.
Some woman sitting in that position, passively behind me, at all attractive or sexy. But it is attractive, I guess, to other guys because it's a thing of dominance.
I was brought up that the woman's a woman and the man's a man, and I'm just the type of individual that I would prefer to have my woman with me at all times.
Grabbing onto a guy, you know, he's getting real close, and that's all good and fine. But I'm not your little girl sitting on the back, you know, I'm not your cute little thing sitting on the back of a bike.
I think it's for guys. I mean, it's okay and all that, but, you know, if I go down and get a scar and look ugly, it's cool.
Want to see my scar?
Girls don't look good roughed up.
There are limitations for women riders. It takes a good control of the hand to be able to pull the clutch and hold it in while you're sitting at a light.
I think if your clutch is adjusted right, you don't have that problem.
The problem is women can't kick over a bike.
I've seen guys that couldn't kickstart bikes. I miss not having a kicker. Only because if your battery's dead, it's dead.
Not very many women have the upper body strength that if a bike starts leaning over, that they can pull it back up.
So you get your leg under it like this, and then you just push it up with your body.
Maybe I feel physically that I may not be strong enough to ride a bike on my own, or just like backing up, you know, having the strength to back it up when you're backing into a parking space, or, yeah, I'm a little afraid too, on the road, I'm a little afraid.
Well, you might tip over and hurt yourself.
Yeah, God forbid.
Obviously, the women aren't as strong as the men, so they have to work a lot harder.
It's like this Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers story where Ginger was upset because Fred would get all the attention and all the press. And she said, gee, you know, I did everything that Fred did, and I did it backwards and in high heels. It's the same with motorcycles. You have to be really good to get respect.
Women love to ride my Harley, all right, because of the vibration.
Harleys don't vibrate, they throb.
I don't like the idea that someone would think, oh, that's why she rides a motorcycle. She must be getting off on it. It's irritated me about horses. It irritates me about motorcycles.
I've had sex on a motorcycle, definitely, when it's parked. But I never when it was moving. But maybe I'll try it.
One of the greatest things about riding is you get to meet a lot of men. You don't have to go to the bars, you don't have to go to the movies. You can just say, hey, let's go and ride our Harleys this weekend.
I started riding motorcycles about 25 years ago.
I always thought Sturgis was a really cool place. When I met my husband, was just unbelievable.
We would never have met had it not been for motorcycles.
Watching your husband, I was wondering how it feels to have him like up there. And
it's great. I'm proud of him.
How'd you meet him?
I was at a press conference in Sturgis in 1989 for my magazine, and the Doobie Brothers Band was playing there.
South Dakota moon won't keep on shining.
I thought she was so pretty right off the bat.
Mississippi moon won't keep on shining on me.
So we all
Yes,
ended up at the restaurant together. Chris and I sat down next to each other, and we were ordering food and everything, and all of a sudden,
All of a sudden, somebody had a hand on
I reached under the table.
on my hand.
I started holding her hand. We held hands all through our meal, and then we went for a ride. She was on the back, and she had her arms around my waist, and all of a sudden I felt this little kiss on the back of my neck. And I looked up, and we saw a shooting star, and she said, "Did you see that?" And I said, "Yeah, I did." And I think we kissed, and we hugged for a while.
Some girl throws flowers at him, and then you get if they only knew. If they only knew. The wife gets the flowers. I think we should have a toast to our trip. Leaving tomorrow. Wait.
May the power of the earth and the wind be in our
You guys always ride behind me. May nobody break down.
With these women, I felt like I'd known them for 10 years. And that just has never happened for me before.
We have tools and gas.
My jacket, perfect.
All right, let's drink.
Go.
Here we go. Yeah.
Ah, you guys take care.
Well, I'm coming to tell you guys bye.
No, why? We wanted you to come with us.
I know. I want to come with y'all too, but I can't. I'm going to Alaska. Have I got?
What are you doing in Alaska?
I was riding 90 miles an hour either. I'm filming a commercial for my other client.
Oh my God, look at this. This is a work of art.
Check this
Here's
out.
a knife if she needs it while she's writing.
The compass. Which way's the restroom?
It's one thing to bond with people, but for me it's another thing to ride with people. It's a whole nother level of intimacy. To be safe, you have to have a certain kind of communication, and you have to have a similar riding style.
Gas.
It was actually Chris's idea to have the riders meeting.
Turn around.
Okay.
You turn.
Got it.
This used to also mean cops coming.
Yeah. No, this means cops. This means cops.
What does?
This means cops.
When we had our little safety talk, I said, I'm going to be, I hope I can do this. Well, the trip back to California was about 1,500 miles. Half that distance as far as Salt Lake City, we rode together.
These are not bikes that any Joe Blow can get on and just take right off on. These are very large bikes. You definitely need good skills to handle any one of these.
Some people, call me the exorcist when I ride. The whole bike vibrates, so you can't see out of your rearview mirrors. The only way I can see is if I turn around. I probably look retarded out there, but I don't care.
Well, Gail's been riding for about 2 years or something. And I was always watching Gail in my mirror. I'm a mother, so I had to mother someone. Sorry, Gail.
I was like, oh, God, I'm riding with the school teachers. They'd get really pissed off at, little things like a car passing or this and that. And I just go, hey, praise the Lord, I'm not dead.
I pulled up right next to his window, and I went, don't you ever do that? And he was looking at me.
What? He knew you were there.
Yeah, for years I carried these big flat washers. What you could do is just flip it up over your shoulder and, there goes their windshield. Sorry. Shouldn't have bothered me.
Okay, I'm ready.
I was really digging riding with Gavin in the back when she was blowing all that Jerry curl on me. That was bad. That was so funny. I would just crack up looking at Gavin, just looking at that bike. She's running to side saddle, and then it was like, oh yeah, watch this.
I see her coming up out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, oh my God, talk about ballsy. I'm like, whoa. I never do that with my bike.
I just like to make her laugh, and it's hard when you laugh because the spit goes inside your mouth, and it's like.
welcome to the Harley Club.
Do not touch
Jamie.
the pipe.
You know, I liked riding with Gavin, except for, you know, the bike kept breaking down.
This is why I don't ride a Harley.
Yeah.
Well, the newer ones.
The newer ones aren't quite as bad.
I know.
We topped it off before we left, and now it's down how far?
It's down to the low level line.
Chris and I, we were kind of testing each other just to see just how much the other one knew.
Let me see something else here a minute. It might be the inner primary.
And once we found out that we were both very comparable,
Here, try this.
she was like my scrub nurse, and at the same time, she was like an associate doctor to me.
I can fix it, doesn't mean I like to or want to.
Yeah, really. Out of necessity, you're like, I'm all alone. Either I sit here and cry or I fix it.
I loved the motorcycle so much I wanted to be able to fix it. And there are a lot of women that do. So don't think that just because they ride them and they're, you know, they're looking cute on their bike that they don't know how to wrench on it too. There's a lot of us that do.
It might be enough for a while.
Yeah.
It's like, no offense, but whoa, we got a bottle of wine. Yeah.
I'd better taste it first. Make sure it's okay.
Make sure it's okay for the rest of us.
What's that?
That's good.
When did you first start riding?
At, I believe, 10.
My first motorcycle was an Italian Mobilette.
None.
I was the heap of the pack, man, because everybody else had bicycles. I had a motorized vehicle.
Oh, I bet. Oh, I
You
bet.
know?
I rode on the back with my stepdad when I was 8 or 9. Every time I heard him start that bike, can I go? Can I go? I remember my stepdad bought me my first bike when I was 14.
So I took it as fast as it could go. I wanted to do 70 miles an hour.
I started riding dirt bikes probably when I was like 15 years old. And that only lasted 2 years because I got caught stealing them. I'm serious. So my neighbor had a garage full of dirt bikes. And they used to leave the key right underneath the flower box with a little string hanging. And I'd take the bike out, and then I ran out of gas in the middle of the woods.
Oh, jeez.
This guy who was this total geek had this little Honda 125 or something. And I went and I told him I had left something at home and I had to borrow his bike. And he said, "Do you know how to ride a bike?"
You did that? I've heard of people that did stuff like that.
I was 13. So, right, I did not know how to shift this bike. And my brother was a mechanic, and he worked like 12 miles away. And I rode this bike.
You rode 12 miles in first gear?
And I said, "You gotta tell me how to shift this bike."
I love you guys.
We should probably put some more money on for the tip.
Okay, let me talk to her. Excuse me. I'm serious, that's like $3.
We've done that because I've never been on a bike either.
Would you like to go for a ride?
No, better not.
I think the motorcycle thing, it was my release from all the pressures of being a child. My parents were divorced when I was 4 or 5 years old, and my brothers and I bounced around from different relatives.
Let's eat dinner, and then we'll have dessert later.
It was hard, but it made me so strong.
Not into the ravioli scene tonight?
That's why I've been able to just reach for things and accomplish them.
Here's number 2. And Harley Women started in 1985. A lot of people were wondering, what the hell are these women doing, you know? So we have Super Cycle, Easy Riders. I always read these magazines only because there was nothing else for women. If I wanted to read about, you know, new products or something, I'd have to flip real fast past the boobs, you know, and it's not something I'd leave out on my table when my grandmother came over or something. I would be like, no, I don't read those. And that's where the idea came to start a women's motorcycle magazine. We knew in our hearts that somewhere there were other women riding who were just like us, and we were right. And I think it made us happy because we didn't feel like we were alone anymore, and we were like oddballs.
You don't get good shots in a Dodge Caravan. You get good shots on a bike.
What is that?
It sounds like a Japanese motorcycle.
I know. It's like, there it is. It's the mating call.
Another Japanese bike
You know
in
what?
the country.
He wasn't wearing a helmet.
Oh.
Well, you know, I mean, I look at you guys and say, why don't you wear a helmet? To me, it's no different than wearing flip-flops. I don't want to be a vegetable. It's all or nothing for me.
I really enjoy not wearing one, just because I can, like, I'm in it. I'm not looking like through a window. You know, I'm out there and I'm enjoying it. And I realize it's not safe.
I mean, I had a helmet save my face. And it makes sense to me, but I don't ride with leather that is, you know, less than 1 millimeter thick. I don't ride without body armors for my elbows, my shoulders, and most often my back and my spine.
Some people would rather sweat than bleed, but I think in bleeding comes passion. And I'm not saying that those people that do the opposite are not passionate. They're just passionate in a more reserved way, and I guess I kind of live on the edge.
I think if I really thought long and hard about motorcycling a lot, about how dangerous it can be, I probably wouldn't even ride one. You can kill yourself like that. You really can if you screw up.
I got a call one day, and this little tiny voice said, "Mommy, do you have insurance on me?"
It was like that pea gravel on top of the blacktop, and we just slid. And I remember seeing the guardrail, and we missed the guardrail by about this much. And if we would hit that, I would have lost my leg. And I can still see it in my mind because I had flashbacks for like 15 years.
See, I would never have been riding like we were riding. You would never see my face in front of a grill of a semi.
I was hit by a bus simply because I was in a blind spot. My left arm ended up getting run over by the back wheel. I'd rather die living than to live dying, though. It's that adrenaline rush. I gotta get my heart pumping. It lets me know that I'm alive.
You know, I believe anybody who does ride and has children should have a good life insurance policy because you never know. You don't want to leave your family in debt, or you don't want to leave them grieving. If they have a little money, they grieve a little less.
I like to go cruise about 80, but my bike after 80, I don't want to push it, especially in the heat, the desert.
Yeah, so you just have to say my bike is actually designed, it runs better.
Right, exactly.
I love the sensation of speed. Your body was not intended to go 150 miles an hour. You know, your helmet gets all smashed up on your face like this, and you know, it's just, it's a violation. I mean, you can only take so much of it. I've been labeled as a speed freak.
I've seen you go fast. Sometimes we're riding together and James will look over at me and say, bye-bye, and just I have a lot of friends who love motorcycles who just roll their eyes at how lucky I am to be with a woman who loves to ride. I just remember reading Jameson's articles, and she wrote so beautifully about something that I loved, and I mean, just thinking, my God, I gotta meet this woman.
I would get letters by the dozen, you know, from these guys in the Bible Belt and stuff saying, I want to look into your eyes across the table and talk to you about, you know, VMAX engines, and will you marry me?
So I started chasing her, and it took a long time. I wrote her a letter.
I'd get these letters, and I'd be like, oh, that's funny. And we'd pass them around the office, and everyone would laugh about them and stuff. And Perry's letter got the same treatment.
Called the magazine finally, couldn't get a hold of her. Finally got her on the phone.
I was curious to know what he looked like, so I think that weekend I went down to my brother's house and I saw a rerun of Riptide.
Somehow talked her into going to some screening. I figured I better do something impressive.
We were very compatible, you know, and we had this great day of riding together, and that was really the first time that I thought, I like this. You know, this is good. I usually sleep naked.
I used to do everything naked. I used to cook dinner naked and everything. You did? So. I have my sons now. I can't do it.
Mom, I have a nightmare.
That night when we came back to the campground, all of us just took turns spilling all this information about ourselves.
I had like buck teeth, and I was kind of like a jock.
I remember a girl calling me horse mouth.
My name was really fist ass.
I'm so tired, so can you guys leave my TP, please?
I'll close the TV. We'll go to bed.
Good night. Good night, John. Good night, John boy. Good night, Grandpa.
Hey, man.
Good night, Grandpa.
Good night. You know, you sleep in a box, you work in a box, and you're on that bike. Let me tell you, it was like action, lights, curtains. It was beautiful. That's like the thing I like about riding my bike. When we got to Atlantic City, I thought we're in the middle of nowhere. And when we went down to the bottom of that gravel road and saw this little doohickey town with a population of 39, I was like, yeehaw!
They're the Hells Angels or what? She didn't be scaring me.
I felt like I was like in, the Daniel Boone days. What y'all doing here? You know, you gonna terrorize the country?
Move on out. See you later.
No, settle down, boy. Settle down. Me and my girls here just need a little gas, a little food, a little water, and we'll be on our way.
How come the people in there don't like us?
Oh, it's not that.
I mean, do they seem kind of protective?
They're protective of their community.
Do they think we're like,
Oh no, we've had worse. We've had some
worse than us?
No, I was gonna.
So you guys get any women motorcyclists?
Closure has one.
Yeah.
Has one?
This is the most I've ever seen in one bunch.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big herd.
Big herd? Yeah, we're hurt, all right.
Well, you're certainly coming in to have a beer or something.
Well, they kicked us out.
Oh, kicked you out.
I volunteered for a month.
I think the woman's place is in the home, you know, not to be out running around, and that's how they talk anyway. And now, I don't know, that's drunk. I don't know how they think sober, because they ain't never sober.
I need one. That was empty anyway. I'm going to shoot that son of a...
So this has got to be exciting, right? More women coming into town.
Oh, yeah. No, it don't even turn me on at all.
Hell, it turns me on.
We're cowgirls.
My God, I've always seen cowgirls that rode with John Wayne. Got a Harley Davidson.
We're Harley Davidson cowgirls.
You're Harley Davidson.
Ride the iron horse.
Got your rope.
I don't need a rope. Oh, this is nice. I like this.
You know, I always felt like a cowgirl, kind of like, you know, packing up my saddlebags and hitting the road.
And actually, once you got going, they were friendly.
You guys ready?
Let's hit it.
No, let Jamie go second.
Motorcycling is like this great dance between mind, body, and this incredibly awesome machine.
It's the closest feeling that you can ever have to flying without having wings. I don't have any legs when I'm riding my bike. I become part of the motorcycle sometimes. After like a couple hundred miles, I'm legless.
All right, did we do a toilet bowl check?
A toilet bowl check?
Do I have to hold my nose? All right, who's gonna pick the bugs out of my hair?
I swear, I lose more hair riding motorcycles, even though I wear a helmet.
Remember that woman that came up and after we had breakfast and said, "You don't look like bikers."
Yeah, but
it looks like you've been near a shower today or so.
Yeah, you've had old women ask you for a ride, haven't you? I mean,
I have.
Yeah. First, I always think it's neat that they even approach you anyway. They're not afraid of you.
Little kids,
Right.
I think, are less intimidated by us than their parents.
You guys are not going to believe what this guy asked me when I came up to the gas pump. He says, did you ride that?
Oh, God.
It's like, where's your boyfriend, honey?
Yeah.
My ears are going to be peeling in a few days.
Oh, that's because I was peeling my hands, even though I wear gloves, they're so dry.
When I first met Pat, you know, I used to run the water every time I peed. I never wanted him to hear me.
That's funny.
Abraham McGill.
Come on.
No, I don't
What
care.
happened when you found out you do pee?
I don't know.
Did he drop
I
you?
thought he wouldn't like me.
Going through that long stretch, I mean, it was like pins and needles in my face. bugs. I mean, could you see me like wipe them off my glasses?
Oh, yeah.
I keep wiping the bugs off my lips.
Oh, ew.
Teeth are very
That's your
different.
nose. I see it.
Oh my God.
You have bugs on your nose.
Oh my God. I think we should go look for Kevin and see what's happening with Chris.
Got everything I need to pull this damn bike apart.
Where was the ground?
See, the ground wire's right here.
Jesus, sorry about that. Wow, hurt much there.
Whew, fireworks.
This trip for me was plagued with breakdowns. I was concerned about how is everybody else viewing this? You know, geez, we've got her along and she's got the old clunker. It was a strain.
Baby. Here's the culprit.
Yeah, broken ground wire.
Right here. Another riddle solved. I wonder how far we gotta go, about 25 miles?
I'd say about 25 miles, yeah.
That's nothing.
Okay, go ahead.
Get out of here. To the next adventure. To the next adventure.
Hannah, how are you? Yeah? I know I've done enough work, honey. I'm on my way home now. You were crying about me?
I think Jamie called home that one day, and that was just like, you know, cut all of us deeply.
You want me to cry? Boo. I gotta hang up the phone now, okay? Okay, I love you. Bye-bye, sweetheart. Were you guys crying?
They were like the whole thing. My little boy, I told him I'd be home in 3 days. He goes, Mommy, does that mean when I go to bed tonight, you're gonna come home in the middle of the night and kiss me?
You know, when I go home, my husband has my kids. So, like, I'm never really going home to home.
Oh, Don. I'm sorry.
My husband didn't like motorcycles. I don't know if you'd say my Harley was the reason I ended up getting a divorce, but it really was like a big sore point in my marriage. I was too proud to take alimony or property, and I didn't want to do that to my husband because he was a good man, and just because I was miserable. I didn't want to make him miserable. And then, you know, to make the choice to let your kids live with your husband. All right, pretend it's your brothers over there. They're beating you up, and you're going to go get them. You know, my family is not like your family. They're not behind me, they're behind him because they feel like I walked away, I'm the biker. You're so awesome.
Kidding, I'm having a lousy game.
I don't give a damn about anything really anymore. My only priority is spending time with my kids. I just hope that my kids don't go to America's Most Wanted. That's all.
We all hope that, you know? Yeah. I started feeling our motherly guilt thing about, shouldn't I be home? Don't my kids need me every day and every minute, you know? And I started thinking, no, of course not.
A lot of men don't understand what it's like to be a woman motorcyclist.
I did plan my pregnancy so I wouldn't miss the summer riding season. I remember riding the bike thinking, oh God, I gotta heave on the bike, you know? I wasn't used to the extra weight of riding with boobs either. It was really, but I couldn't stop, you know, so I didn't.
Here's all our Harley motorcycles. Lindsay wanted a real one. And I just was trying to wait another year, you know, prolonging my agony. I remember when you were little, I took you for a ride. Faster, faster.
What goes around comes around. And I did it to my mom, and I scared her. If my daughter got the bike tomorrow, my real emotions would be, oh boy, I'll be a wreck, I'll be nervous, I'll be worried. But when I had Lindsay on the back of my bike, I looked in the rearview mirror and I could see her little face looking over my shoulder. And I saw myself again.
Do you want to ride a motorcycle someday, Hannah?
I want to ride on yours because I can't step on those.
Yeah, you're right. You are big enough to ride on mine now. The rule is that their feet have to be able to touch the rear pegs. You used to ride on my motorcycle when you were in my tummy. It was the first time you've ridden with me since you were a big girl. Okay, where are those foot pegs? Can you reach them? There's one. Right? Are you excited?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. What do you think? I rode until 4 days before I delivered. Some people didn't think that it was my choice. Do I have the right to jeopardize this child? I asked my obstetrician about it, and he said, yeah, he said, you know, just be careful. That photo is actually, it's the expression of what I felt nursing. I always felt like I was enclosing her in this protective, nurturing harbor. But I had given up what I really love about motorcycling, to be able to leave and go and spend a week on the road. And that's when Perry and I really got into dirt bikes, because I was so depressed. And we discovered that dirt bike riding is really fun, and you can just do it. You can go and you can spend an afternoon. It's exhausting and exhilarating and wild. And so we've kind of transferred our love of street bikes into dirt bikes these days.
You have? Oh yeah, I hit the utilities bike.
You did?
Yeah.
Jamie, Gail, Chris, and myself, we'd have to all split off in Salt Lake City. During the whole trip, there was always that black cloud hanging over our heads of us knowing that we would have to leave each other. And that was kind of tough.
Uh-oh. Is that the escort service? I gotta go to work. Domino's. You know what, Domino's? We'll take that pizza later because I'm in the middle of doing my porno flick. Okay. Anyway, that was for you. That was your mother.
Gail, just before we were getting ready to leave, she asked if I would sing one of the songs that I had on my demo tape.
I hope you guys can hear the words to this, because the words to this.
Well, can you sing it if we can't hear it?
Yeah, I'll
please,
sing it.
Kevin,
I'll
please.
sing it. I'll sing it.
Okay.
Yeah! So hold on to the light. Though they'll be down in your mind, there will always be men shooting arrows through the skies. It won't be the end. Ooh, la, 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 la. Just open your soul and fly.
Awesome, Kevin. Wow. Really good. Gee, that took my breath away.
You like really get into that. You're like Meryl Deep. What does that song personally mean to you?
It's called Ascension.
Yeah.
You know, there's always going to be somebody that's going to try to burst your balloon, you know, and you just got to keep on dreaming,
keep
you know,
going.
no matter how hard it is, you know.
I gotta come up here.
Sit in the pepper.
Well, guys, I can already feel the tension creeping in, you know. I'm really sorry this has to end.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I want to tell you guys, I don't want this to be too emotional. It's really, you know, it's gonna be hard enough for me already. I'd like to make it like quick and easy.
Let's do like men do. Hey.
That's right.
See you later, pal. Couldn't mean you.
Out of here.
Hey.
Bye.
So we'll all see each other when we leave in the morning.
Sounds good.
You're gonna leave really early, right?
Yeah, right at dawn.
Safe ride home until we meet again.
So I'm going to where, lady? Over that desert before it gets hot.
I was doing about 110 miles an hour the whole time, and I was coming down the hill. I was going 72 miles an hour, and I got pulled over by this guy, and I was like, you don't know what I've been through. I haven't seen my kid in 14 days. He's like, well, you should slow down. Hey, I missed you. Here's to my trip, 3,300 miles.
Wow. Without a problem.
Pat, look at me.
I do miss the other girls.
You glad your brother was
I missed him that night when I got home. We've been through some stuff together now, you know, and I think that's what makes people really friends.
I think the change in the weather is what's really hard on a person when they're riding a distance like that. The cold will make you tense up, and the heat will exhaust you. And then the rain just freezes you totally. And then, as I was getting shoved around, then I passed a sign that says, "Be ready, high winds ahead." And I went, geez, what are these, you know? Then I got caught in rain out of Flagstaff.
Well, probably Mother Nature telling you needed a bath.
I needed a bath, yeah. When I got home, I needed to call them so that I could talk to them, so that we could keep that closeness that we all had.
Hi, Dale. It's Gavin calling. Just wanted to touch bases with you.
Gavin! The best thing about this trip is knowing that I've got friends for life now. This whole experience has really been like Kodachrome. All those pictures I took, it'll play over and over and over in my mind.
That whole trip will be one of my favorite experiences in life. But, you know, because it's been hours thinking about how much fun we had.
I can't wait to go, you know, hang out with, you know, Jamie and Chris and Gavin. I'm ready for the next journey.
We're gonna do it again. Maybe next year. If we can get babysitters, we can go to Sturgis again.